In Georgia, the average minimum wage that servers make is $2.13 per hour. In this economy, that is not a livable wage. Due to the inflation, people cannot always afford to tip 15% or greater. Hi, my name is Lauren Olette, and I'm going to be persuading you that servers should be making at least $7.25 per hour. As a server, more pay is indeed necessary, especially in today's economy. With the raise in prices on everything and no increase in pay, people are less likely to pay any more money on top of what is already owed. With this being said, more people are also less likely to eat out rather than cook at home due to the cost of inflation. Being a server during the inflation can be detrimental, especially to those that are providing for a family. This means they are working 10 times harder just to make a livable wage. In the restaurant industry, employers will only pay $2.13 per hour because they believe that the customer should compensate for the remainder. This is an assumption. Most servers that do not work at huge chains are making below the poverty line. Servers also require specially trained skills to be qualified. Most restaurants won't even hire a new server with no prior training and no prior history of being a server. Servers perform excessive labor. They perform labor such as cutting and prepping fruits and vegetables, sweeping, mopping, rolling silverware, filling up ice buckets, cleaning soda machines, and sometimes it even requires bussing and hosting when the restaurant does not provide a busser or a host. You also have to rely on the customer. Some customers may not enjoy your service, which can affect your tips and your money. Some customers just don't even believe in tipping at all. Some customers believe that tipping is not a necessity and that your hourly wage should be paying for your bills, your food, your housing, everything. Tips are not promised or guaranteed. Since the inflation, the cost of everything has gone up. Housing, food, groceries, fun, everything has gone up, and no pay increase whatsoever for servers. Employers can't even keep employees anymore due to the inflation. The inflation has caused the prices to go up and the tips to go way down. Since the restaurant has to increase the price of food on the menu, this means that customers are less likely to want to tip after the price inflation. Tips are just a plus for their outstanding service, in my opinion. I believe that the hourly wage should be $7.25 per hour because the tips are just a plus based on how you served and your service to that specific customer. Customers can decide what your tip is and the tip amount. So this means that if you have a slow kitchen and the food is just not great, that can affect your tip. Another thing that can affect your tip is even race, gender, or sexual orientation. Believe it or not, that is a huge thing that can affect your tips based off of how people like you. Another thing that affects your tips is slow nights in the restaurant. Slow nights can include the weather, weekdays are very slow, and also the number of servers working per shift. If you have more servers working than the ratio of customers eating in the restaurant, this can affect everybody's money and how everybody gets paid. This concludes in people having to be sent home before the night is over because there's just not enough customers eating in the restaurant, which can also waste a server's time. In Georgia, the minimum wage is $7.25, but for servers, it's changed to only $2.13 per hour. With this being said, tips should make up for the cost difference of the minimum wage. Why should servers rely on customers to pay the difference? In theory, tips should make up that difference. But with the rise and the inflation and the cost of everything going up for housing, food, goods, expenses, it makes it very difficult to earn proper tips. To wrap everything up, servers should not have to rely on a paying customer to supply their monthly pay. This is why servers in Georgia deserve to be paid $7.25 plus any additional hourly tips. Thank you for your time. And my sources include servers should not have to rely on tips for a minimum living wage. Wait staff and bartenders depend on tips for more than half of their earnings. Restaurant servers deserve better pay. Minimum wages for tipped employees. Thank you.